Welcome back, people. We got another video on the Samebike L026 version 2, or L026 the electric Samebike. So the first upgrade that we did was the head stem. That was definitely a must. The old head stem was dead flat and straight, which I didn't like. This one, I can adjust this bolt and rise, and yeah, my handlebars. So that's why we've got that. Now, our next upgrade is going to be these. I bought these on eBay, not sponsored in any way, but I bought these on eBay, and well, are they definitely by far the best pedals I've ever had. I even had these pedals on the Ado A20F electric fat bike, and yeah, they do absolutely wonders. These, when your foot is on the pedal, it sticks like glue. So that's why I'm using these. That's the wrong one. That's why I'm using these pedals, because as I said, they are great. Now the pedals that it originally comes with are these ones, the standard ones, which are okay. They are actually metal, and I did have those on the old Samebike L026, but for the L026 I believe it deserves that little bit more quality. And as I said, I do quite like these pedals, so that's really the main reason more than anything else. But luckily for me, I didn't install the new ones, so it makes this process that tiny little bit faster. Not a lot. There we go. We got gym gear absolutely everywhere. Nothing unusual for bubbles, is it? I like to keep my house messy, because then that way it makes the videos look more natural. I like to use that as my excuse. Okay. There we go. Nice and tight. There we go. So there's our awesome, the camera was in shot, there's the awesome new pedal. Pretty quick, straightforward, simple, easy. Yeah, here comes the absolute nightmare part. All right, let's not waste any time. So I'm going to be changing up here the handlebars. So as well as the handlebars, we've got a couple of other little things to show you in a moment. So let's first undo these bolts. So the head stem I brought was just under £15 on Amazon. You could probably buy it for that price yourself, but I had to pay £20 in total because I had to pay for delivery. I don't have Amazon Prime. But if you've got Amazon Prime, then you could buy it for just under £15. If not, then it's going to cost you £20, the same as it did me. Definitely a cheap upgrade, and definitely one that is definitely 100% needed. I'm not sure where that went. Is that it? Yep, here you go. We found it straight away. Don't happen often. All right. So now we've got that off, we've got some new handlebars to put on there, and obviously this is the new head stem. So let's adjust that head stem, if I can find the right Allen key somewhere. There it is. So I am quite excited for this one, if I'm honest, because we had the Samebike L026 and it was a great bike. Like, it was I would say the best electric bike that I've actually owned. It was that good, yeah. So this being the version 2, there's not a lot that's changed, but there is a little bit. And of course, when you're buying these cheap electric bikes, you have got to do some upgrades. You have to, just because the wear and tear on the standard stuff don't work very well. Anyway, these handlebars are 720 mm 31.8 mm. You can get these in at 24, but don't get them. Make sure it's the 31 because, of course, that's the one that's going to be matching up with your other stuff. So that's how that's going to go, with a little bit of luck. Yeah, the most annoying part is taking everything off of the old one. Now, let me just get these bolts in here. I think this is probably the easier way to do it rather than changing over one piece at a time. If I just get these bars on, then I can whiz everything off the other one and just put it straight onto this one. Hopefully that's the plan. It's never goes to plan, does it? Okay, so at this point I'm looking at the handlebars, seeing whereabouts I want them positioned. Not much point though, because we need the bottom bolts in. Try and make it sound professional. Come on, Bubbles, you ain't no professional here. You're a standard, normal guy, just messing around with bikes as always. Alright, I think that's kind of where I want it to be. Now you don't have to have it in the same position as me. I'm just having it this way because it's personal preference. It's just what I like. You don't have to have it the same. You can have it at all different angles or whatever angle you prefer. This bottom bolt here is being a little bit of a nuisance to get in there. Seems too stiff, which means it's not normally in straight when it's like that. Yeah, that feels a little bit strange. Okay, I'm going to take this bolt out and try to put this bolt in the bottom. It shouldn't be that stiff to do it up. Nope, it is again. Could be just that bottom piece. Yeah, that screws in fine. Alright, so I kind of want my handlebars to be about there, so that's where I'm going to leave it. This one, that's not too stiff. I thought it was really stiff, and then I thought that maybe was going to cross thread it, which is something you never want to do, because otherwise you'll have to buy a whole new head stem. See the pattern that I'm doing? I'm not going from one corner to the next. I'm doing it across. So I'll do this bottom one here on the bottom right, and I come up here to the top left, and then the opposite way for the other bars as well, or the other bolts, should I say, sorry. Alright, so that's kind of where I want it to be. Again, I can always adjust. Oh, where is it? There it is. I can always unscrew this part on the side of my head stem, because of course we did upgrade this, so I can undo it and I can reposition that so I can have the handlebars really down low or really up high, all depending on how I like it. I like it quite high, so that's where it's going to go, like that. There's the easy part. And then we've got to undo all of this. Yeah, it's going to take a short minute, but let's get down to it. Are they held in by screws, or I don't really know. No, it does not look like it. Is it? I don't want to pull it and then I end up breaking it. I've got this extra little piece of rubber here. think I'm gonna need some deodorant can spray, which always helps you pull these grips off. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling both sides, concentrating more on that right side there. As you can see, it is slowly coming off. It's kind of hard to get the camera angle so you can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, can of deodorant is always a good friend here. You can spray it under the grip and it helps shift it. Look, we're getting there. Ta-da! Whew! I'd be lying if I said that didn't take a bit of effort. Okay, so for the throttle, let's get an Allen key for that. One of these fit it. Is it that one? Smaller. That one? No, I think it's this one. Yep. So the Allen keys that I'm using for this is the Allen keys that actually did come with this bike, just to mention that. Okay, so that one's loosened. Now we've done that, we need to loosen the next part, which is the brake lever. Shifted down a gear there. Maybe I didn't like that gear. Alright, and then we need a Phillips screwdriver, again, what came with the bike. Undo our gear shifter. And there we have it. That's everything loosened up on that side. And then we can just pull all of that off. Gear, brake lever and the throttle. And we can come over here and put that onto our new one, which looks like it's going to be a bit of a stretch. So if it is, if you went for the 720mm, the same as me, these handlebars are that little bit longer. So that's the wrong one. I will find it. One of these. Is it that one? Okay, there you go. So a good way to do this is loosen those 4 bolts that we just tightened up. You want to loosen them off a little bit. Not completely undo them, just loosen them off. That one was quite loose. There we go. Once we loosened them off, we can then pull that handlebar a little bit more, and then that way we haven't got so much stretch on that cable. So there goes the gear shifter on, and then our brake lever, hopefully at some point today. There we go. Then our throttle. There we go. Whew. Wow. Is this a little bit of a nuisance? Yeah. Is it worth it? 100%. Absolutely. Okay, so we've now got that part on, and I've officially lost the other grip. Oh, I don't know where I put it. It's around here somewhere. Okay, so now I'm trying to take off. Oh, there you go. I found the grip. Put it in a strange place on top of the seat. So I'm trying to get my fingers under it a little bit, on the grip there. Trying to get my fingers under a little bit and just pulling slowly. So hard to do, making sure the camera's angled properly. So you can pull and twist and pull from the bottom like this. That came up a good amount there, and there we have it. Whew. Okay, so the front one can go back on there, but I'm not going to put that on properly, but I'm going to use some deodorant. That's the best way to deal with that. Okay, all right, so we need to undo all of this here. I'm just thinking about that speedo, about how I'm gonna take that off. Okay, that one's the smallest Allen key. Doesn't look like that one fits it. Oh, it does fit in there. Okay. So again, you don't have to completely take the bolts out, as long as you loosen them off. As long as you loosen off the bolt just enough to actually move it. Alright, so there's that. Let's undo the gears. Okay, and then it's the wrong one. I've got Allen keys all in different pockets. It's weighing my trousers down. Okay, so there's the brake lever. Okay, so all of that can now come off, but before we do, let's have a look here at this speedo. That's the wrong one, isn't it? Yep. There we go, that's the one. Okay, so we can undo it there, and we can undo it from here on the side, which is a good idea. I didn't realise you could do that, but when it turned up, this screw came off in the box. Luckily I managed to find it. So there's that piece of plastic there. I'm pretty sure I can stretch it over the handlebar, so I am going to try that. But before we do, let's undo this side. There we go. Okay, so the power, brake lever, gear cable, and then speedo last. Wait, sorry about that. Speedo first, should I say. Okay, so is what we're going to do is push the handlebars through a little bit, just so that way we've got enough space. And then first goes on that, and then, oh wow, you know what I just noticed? These handlebars look a bit thinner, which means I might have to make a little bit of adjustment there for the power display. We'll see. Oh no, actually that might be, yeah, no, that might be okay. Yeah, I think that'd be alright. Okay, so now we've done that, let's put on the power. I quite like that new switch. That's definitely better than the last switch in my opinion. It's nice, small, sleek. Can't notice it. Pretty good. Okay, so now is the time that we have to straighten up our handlebars to now in the right place where we actually want them to be. And I'd say about there is good for me. Again, this part is personal preference. This is not something that you have to have it the same way as me. That you don't have to have it the same way as I have it. This is all down to how you like your handlebars. Now, these are carbon fiber handlebars, as I mentioned, and in my opinion, I'd rather have these on there than the originals, because these are not only stronger, but they're a lot lighter. So if I can take that little bit of extra weight off the bike, we might as well. Okay, so now that's done, we need the Allen key for the Speedo, which, that's the wrong one. That one's too big. This one, possibly. There is a little bit of pull there on that cable, but not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to tighten that up this side for a second. And again, the way you have the display angled is all up to you. So there's that. Let's get our other one here. And I'm going to unscrew this and see if it will fit over the handlebars, just so you guys can see, just in case, which I'm sure it would on the finished part. Yeah, not a problem. Didn't feel like a strain. Didn't strain the plastic at all. Okay, do that up. So I'm not going to do that up too tight just yet, just because I want to see whereabouts I like that positioned first before I go ahead. Then that little screw goes into there on the side. There's a little bit of a pain to twist it because the handlebar there is tightening now. I can feel it. There we go. There's that. And then we need the other grip, which is just here. And then if I just quickly grab some deodorant. There we go. Give that a quick little spray. Any type of deodorant to do the job. And then we can just slide that on. Look at that. Easy. Absolutely easy. Perfect. And then same over this side. Give it a quick little spray. Do it in camera so you can just see. Okay, there we go. So that's going to sit like that. That brake lever, yeah, there's enough room for that, and the gears, perfect. Okay, so this is kind of the way I'm going to have it set. Let me just have a look at that handlebar, just to take that bolt just a little bit more on that head stem there. There we go. So it sits up nice and high, which is, again, personal preference. It's just how I like it. Maybe that's up a little bit too high. Take it forward just a fraction. There we go. That's where I like it. Okay, so now we've got that in place. We are now able to do our power display one down here. Let's move the camera. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this angle right. That is very hard to angle it, but hopefully Hopefully you can see that. That's very hard for me to get the angle right. Kind of crouched down. Let me just... Okay, yeah, that's where I like it. Oh well, I cannot even see that bolt right now. I'm trying to look at the camera as well. Yeah, okay, so that is in shot. Come on. This is definitely a fiddly one. There we go. That got it. So I'm not going to do that up mega tight, just tight enough so it doesn't move all over the place. And then, oh, we're dropping everything. Then my brake lever, again, it's personal preference. I'm just going to put it how I like it to be. Oh, man, I'm dropping all of these. I've got to pick them all up again in a minute. Okay, there we go. And then, where's that screwdriver? Here it is. Let's do that gear lever up. Bit weird for a gear lever to use a Phillips screwdriver, but I'm going to use the flat side. Might work a little bit better. There you go. Give it a bit more grip. Alright, that's all nice where I want it to be. And then now over here. First off, let's start off with the gear shifter. Okay, there we go. Brake lever about there, feels good. Oh, hold on, I think that moved a little bit there. It did. Okay. A little bit more on that gear shifter. It's not quite tight enough. Almost. Wow, this one's really taken quite a bit. There we go. All right, finally. And then we need to tighten up our throttle. Almost there. That's the Allen key that we dropped, wasn't it? Okay. Yeah, that feels good. All right. Yep, that's not going nowhere. Okay. That's perfect. Can pull the brake lever there. Yeah, plenty of room. And this side, yep, that's fine as well. So make sure the cables come up on the left side of this bike. When I first unboxed it, I did it on the right. and it crosses over, and because it crosses over, it gets in the way of the wheel of the tyre, so the front brake cable. So make sure that you take it on the left. Just disconnecting the wire there for the headlight, because I forgot to move that one over. And these plugs do have little arrows on them, so you can't really mess it up to put that back on. There we go. Alright, I probably would prefer that to come under, just to consume that little bit more tidiness. There we go, that's a bit better. Okay, let's power on. L026 version 2, holding the M. We got it in miles per hour. Everything looks good. Okay, let's turn it back on. Oh no, actually, let's hold the front headlight quick. Okay, that's gone. That's good. Okay, let's turn it off. So the only thing left to do now is one thing, which I'm really hoping that I can put this on, because I have it on every push bike. I'm going to put it on there, hopefully. So this is a motorcycle handlebar, strengthening bar, stem bar, I don't know what you want to call it. Strengthening bar, motorcycle strengthening bar. I put these on because I had a bike once, and I've mentioned this before, and as I was riding, the handlebars snapped in half and my chin come down onto the head stem, and it was quite a painful remembering that experience. So because of that, I always use these strengthening bars. Now again, as I said, you don't have to, it is a personal preference, but for me it's one of those things that I have to have. Okay, so we're going to put the Allen key one side, screwdriver the other side, and slowly bending there we go. There's the first one. Pretty straightforward. I knew for a fact that was going to happen, even the bolts fell. A little bit more. When you're bending these, just take your time, do it slowly. If you bend them too quick, they will snap. They are metal. Okay, so now my biggest problem is trying to find those two bolts that just fell off. So there's the bar. There's one bolt there. I guess we'll find the other one in a moment, hopefully. Alright, so we're going to squeeze that together, put our Allen key in. We're going to twist as we pinch it, so that way we can get it to screw in. With a bit of luck. I say with a bit of luck. Has that got it? No. So the best way to do this is to get some grips on there, and you can get those grips and pinch it together with that. It makes your life a lot easier. You know what? I was wondering what was going on there. I was using the wrong Allen key. That's why. That explains it. Alright, so I'm not going to do that too tight just yet. We need to see if we can try and find, there it is, that other bolt. See, as well as this giving me that little bit more confidence, making me feel that little bit more confident when on the bike. It's also, it makes it look pretty cool as well, I think. Okay, pinching. Can't really quite see it there. Has that got it? Yeah, there you go. All right, so let's try and position this to the way that we want it to be. I guess it's just going to have to go there, to be honest, because we've got the speedo there, and we can't really move it anywhere else. So I guess that's just where it's going to be, which I don't mind as long as it's on. Now, of course, when you're doing this, make sure that you go over and tighten every bolt that you did undo. Very important. All right, there we go. So now I think we're basically ready for our first ride after that long changing process. We finally got the new head stem in there. We finally got new handlebars and the extra reinforcement bar. We've got that as well. So we pretty much got everything, but make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on the first ride on this. And of course we are going to be changing out these tyres. There's no way I'm keeping these and the inner tubes, and there might be a few other things that we changed. We did change quite a few things on the L026, but let's see how the L026 version 2 does. Let's see. So again, you don't have to change the handlebars, it's just a personal preference. I just like these bars, and I think they look pretty cool, to be fair. And they are stronger and lighter. So anyway, hope you guys did enjoy this one, and I guess we catch you in the next one. We'll catch you people again soon for some more fun and games. I am out.